Welcome to the More Phenomenal Podcast. We talk all things Power Rangers, including action figures, comics, movies, and more. My name's Doug, joined with my co-hosts Mac and Caitlin. What's up?
What's up?
What up?
What's morphin?
Oh, it's morphin. It's morphin.
Have you guys been binging any more Power Rangers now that's leaving?
Not really.
Yeah,
No, I've been watching Supernatural.
that's fair.
I forgot. I forgot that I only had this month to watch my favorite episodes. I mean, I'll probably at least watch one a week until the month is over. I can guarantee my Mondays I'll have Power Rangers.
Well, it's not going to be gone forever. And then when
Yeah.
it comes back, it'll be even more special because you'll be like, oh.
I'll want it when
watch
it's
it.
not here.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
now I'm like blasé about it.
As soon as we do like 6 episodes of Mighty Morphin in a row, you'll be like, oh my god.
I know, like bring me something else. Yeah. It was fun watching in space. It kind of made me want to watch more.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we'll
Yeah.
get to that eventually, but on the subject at least.
Yeah, this is the season I've been binging. I'm on episode 37 right now.
Wow.
How many are there?
I thought I was nearing the end, but I think I still have a good amount of time to a good amount of episodes, I should say. Let me
Really?
look it
Wow.
up. Yeah. I'm in the middle of the Psycho Rangers.
Okay.
Those dudes are scary.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Uh,
The
really
name
like
kind
when-
of gives it away. Psycho Rangers.
yeah.
I love when TJ is playing chess with the Ranger toys,
Mhm.
and he learns and he's like all beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 43 episodes.
Oh, so you're close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
You're like in the last.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the home stretch. Spoiler alert, though. I didn't know this, but did you know midway through the season, like episode 34-ish, Astronema finds out she's Corone and then becomes a good guy. And then they send her in back to her home base to do like a secret mission, like to get like Zordon's location or to stop something.
Right.
And then Ecliptor is there and he figures out she's a good guy. And then they like make her bad again by putting this thing on her face.
Oh, the chip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
So she has to learn it twice, basically.
Yes, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
She has a great arc. I like
Yeah.
Astronomer.
Yeah.
I like her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. She becomes the Pink Ranger in the next season.
Oh, does she? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I like the next season a lot, although it's not as focused, I guess. as
What's
this
the next season?
Lost Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
They live in a space station in that season.
Ooh.
You know, from the Tommy recap from
Oh,
last
right.
From the
week's.
Tommy
How could I
recap.
forget?
Yeah.
Right? Tommy explained it all.
Yeah.
They're a team of space Excaliburs.
Yeah. The only news I got for this week is that the Dino Fury toys are starting to hit shelves already.
Oh, wow.
But we don't really know anything about those guys.
No, it's like the basic ones, but it seems like when is this supposed to come out? Like, I guess there's been some trailers and stuff, but
Well,
To
I
get
thought last week it said February.
it was delayed, right?
I imagine it was delayed.
So they
Let's
probably
look
just
it
had
up.
the toys scheduled to come out at this time anyway.
Yeah, I remember as a kid too, like getting toys way before movies. And
Way
stuff.
early.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
premiere.
geez, the Black Widow toys really jumped the gun.
Well, that was supposed to come out.
I know.
Yeah. Dino Fury early 2021. So we're in early 2021. So it should
Yeah,
February sounds right.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. On IMDb, it says release date February 2021.
Oh, that's like perfect. I thought it
Yeah.
was not till.
See, we won't have to just watch Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the real thing, the real show.
Yeah, we'll
Right?
just review every week's episode. All the new ones.
Yeah. I hope it's good. But yeah,
I hope it's good too.
yeah. The thing is, they all have swords, like they're knights, right? In the basic figures, only the Red Ranger comes with the sword.
What does everyone else come with
The
Oh,
made-up
yeah.
weapons that they said. They just made up some weapons and gave it to them.
for the
Oh, that's
toys?
weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they were like what they had planned to give them, or maybe it's like they will get them.
Well, didn't you tell me that Hasbro was going to make up toys for the show?
Well, yeah. Well, that's what this is. They
Yeah.
they said in the last Fan Friday that they're just gonna make up some weapons to have more fun. So like, I don't know, the Pink Ranger is, or the Triceratops guy, the Blue Ranger has like a Triceratops themed weapon that won't be in the show. But
Oh, it won't be in the show.
from my understanding, that's what I got out of it.
But you told me before that they were making weapons for Beast Morphers that they made up for the show. That,
Oh
like, Hasbro
yeah,
made up. Yeah.
yeah. So
So
maybe they will be in the show. Beast
well, maybe
Morphers
they
did do
won't.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a possibility of that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
You would
I
think
think that.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you would think they'd be in the show if they're gonna put them with the toys, but
Well, I was
that's
going to
not
say the
always
same thing,
case.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the funny part of it is that regardless, it's about selling the toy. So it's like whether they put in the show or not, they just wanted to sell as a toy.
Yeah.
You know, want to come up with a cool weapon. And
Mhm.
like, how many times have we bought like a giant neon green grapple launcher Batman, you know,
Yeah.
or like Arctic Batman or something, or like Batman with crazy gadgets that you've never seen him use before, but are still make cool toys.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, we'll see. People,
We'll see.
yeah, they're usually the thing you lose anyway. So,
I know. Are you going to buy them all? Have you already decided?
If I see them in store, maybe I'll pick one up. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to like
You got to
track
buy
them
the
down.
Green Ranger at least, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Lightning
go with your
Collection figures I will
aesthetic.
though. Yeah.
Of course, the Lightning Collection figures. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Let's get into some In Space.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 episodes.
2 episodes, first episodes of In Space. The thing I was noticing when I watched this was I like In Space because it really broadens the Power Ranger mythology. You know, they're
Yeah.
not just in Angel Grove with Zordon. It's like this is the first time we've met a Ranger. Well, besides the Phantom Ranger, I guess, but like I take that back because now I'm like, oh, the Gold Ranger he's from In Space.
What about the whole Alien Ranger team?
Yeah,
But-
you're right. I'm
Yeah.
so wrong.
But it does kind of widen it for the team itself. Rather than meeting people that come to them, they
Right.
themselves are expanding.
There you go.
It's
Yeah, there
taking
you go.
them. Well, I think that the coolest thing is like space has been this thing that's teased the
Mhm.
whole franchise. You know, it's such an important thing to Power Rangers because it's where Zordon and Alpha are from.
Mhm.
But then you're kind of like, that's all you really get because, like you said, it's so landlocked.
Mhm.
And yeah, now the Power Rangers is going to that. So it's like, wow, this really does, you know, you can imagine being a kid at the time and being like, finally, Power Rangers is going there. Like it's taking us to
Yeah.
the great unknown, you know?
Uh-huh.
And like that Star Trek kind of vibe really works for their team. And you know, it's funny, like they obviously came up with a reason why they had to go back and forth from Earth. But I think that's definitely kind of to the season's detriment. Like they should have been going to planets in every episode. You know, they should have
Yeah.
been like, meeting aliens all the time. And like Andros said, like humans aren't only from Earth. So if they needed to use Sentai footage of like Megazord fights in Japan, just like make every planet look like that, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Make it
Yeah.
make a new fight in a new planet.
Yeah.
It is
Exactly.
cool. In this one, the Megazord fights just take place in space.
That was so awesome. Yeah, I really
That
like
was really cool.
The Astro Megaship just looks really cool too. I like
Yeah.
that it's simple and you can tell it's more Transformer-like in the sense that you can see what it was before, where I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of times when it's like a bunch of other things coming together, it can kind of feel very, very busy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
anyway.
I like the
Yeah.
legs, like how it opens up kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
the legs open up great.
Yeah. I remember watching this as a kid, this episodes, because I thought this was like a TV special. I didn't know it was a whole new season. So they're just promoting like
funny.
Power Rangers in space, Power Rangers in space. So when I watched it on Saturday and it like left off with the to be continued, I was so like disappointed because I was like, oh, you're hooking me again. Now I gotta watch the next one. There's like no Power Rangers in this, or like they didn't morph or whatever.
Right.
Right. They should have aired both parts back to back.
They should have. That's what I was thinking when I was watching this. I was like, why didn't they just put 1 and 2 back to back?
That would have gotten people so hyped, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yes. And they're just so ready for.
Yeah, because the second part is definitely like more action filled than the first half.
Yeah.
And they really complement each other. It feels
Yeah.
like you need to watch them all as one viewing. What
Agreed.
did you
Yeah.
think, Caitlin? What did you think of
I really enjoyed it. I kind of the only thing I wished, and because I think if you had just been like watching season by season, then you wouldn't need it. But definitely we've seen in other first episodes, they give you kind of a like a here's what happened and here's where we are now. Kind of like a review. Instead of it just jumping to some random space party with Rita and
That was so cool. I love that whole scene. I loved everything about that scene.
That was hilarious. I loved it. I loved that scene happened. It was just kind of like jarring that was the first scene. Because I was like, wait, why is everyone there? Like, why are the Power Rangers dead? What happened? And kind of what we watched last week kind of helped answer some of that because I remembered what Tommy said. But I think that's like the only critique I wish they had done as this is where we left the Power Rangers and now we go on. And I think that's the only critique I have. But overall, I thought it was super fun. I really enjoyed the first scene. I thought that was so funny. They were having like some giant party and
that scene was great.
And I love that the Red Ranger is just like in a really obvious cloak, just like staring at people.
He had to keep it closed so tight.
It
was like, how are you even seeing out of it?
How are you seeing? You have such limited visual anyway. So I thought that was really funny. And then they were all shocked that it was the Red Ranger.
Even though he had like
but such a Red Ranger move.
Yeah. No, I can imagine like being really excited to see this for the first time and have that be the first time you saw Andros. Because like, unfortunately, like I know who Andros is. So, and I don't remember seeing this episode. I just remember seeing In Space. Like my first episode was probably like one like randomly later. So I was like, oh wow, they really put a lot of work into this setup.
But and the set was really cool for the party.
The set was cool. Yeah, I really liked the party. But you know, set wise, I feel like even the ship is really cool. It's like a nice pace from the command center.
Yeah,
like it's really simple, but it's like super effective. But yeah, you're totally right. The end of Turbo is very important for this, and I almost expected to see them like getting into the ship, getting into the shuttle. You know, that scene that we watched from the Dino Thunder recap episode.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I definitely thought that was in this, but no.
No, they just like are on the ship already.
They're just on the ship already. Yeah.
Which was fine. And like I said, if when you're watching like season by season by season and you're watching it all in order, you're not going to need the recap, but a recap would have been nice.
Yeah.
But and then I thought the characters were really good. I really enjoyed the team. Like no one was like no one stood out besides Andros, but like he's kind of a standout kind of character anyway. But I really liked the team, how they were like, no, we're Power Rangers, like we can help you, and he's like, no. I was like, wow, that's such a Red Ranger energy. Like, no, I can do it all on my own.
Red Ranger energy.
Red Andros, I've always kind of been like weirdly hot and cold on him, mostly because I think his haircut's really ugly.
It's so distracting.
But now like I really like, after like seeing his proper introduction, I can't help but be like, yeah, he's really cool. I mean, I guess I've always had to relent that he's awesome, but I've never really like fallen in love with him. But now I can kind of appreciate his edge and where he came from and you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I know nothing about him, and I thought he was kind of cool.
But it almost seemed like they were trying to make him feel like Han Solo or something. You know,
that's
like
a good point.
Like they get to space and he's like this guy with a ship, and they're like, we want to do stuff with you, and he's like, no,
I work better alone.
Yeah, like no. that's not really my thing. And he's like really salty about everything. Like humans aren't only on Earth. It's like, well, that's a realistic thing to assume.
Yeah. I
Keep your
thought that was a
saltiness.
cool point though, because that almost made me start thinking, how cool would that be if like you just ran into another human being, but they're not from Earth? Like that would be like such a
That'd be cool.
surreal like moment. But I love how he just says it like, duh.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't
And
you
they're-
already know that? Like, no, I'm an idiot from Earth. Of course I don't know that.
Yeah.
But they're a colony, and so that means that like they migrated from Earth before we had commercial space, like not commercial space travel, but like
How
before
did they do
NASA.
that?
You know, like pre-NASA, humans migrated through the stars in Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Or
oh, crap.
did they leave from the colony to Earth?
Oh, is Earth a colony too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, theory of evolution out the freaking window.
Just going back to the cloak, I think it works because they're all weird monster men and weird helmets and stuff already.
That's
So
true. That's true.
Honestly, if he hadn't been staring at Astronema the whole time, he probably would have been fine.
I thought it was gonna be some like little henchman or something.
Yeah, he's like a big Jawa. Or just drink the wine. The wine's what.
But he can't because he's wearing his helmet.
But why
He's
couldn't
gonna
he
pour it on his costume.
He's wearing a hood anyway. Have the helmet off. Or maybe he wouldn't have been able to breathe.
It wouldn't have been the same if he removed the cloak in a cool fashion and there's a giant red stain on his.
That would have been so funny. It's like dripping from the helmet, and he's like, "Haha!"
But it's red, so it would have matched.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it just would have blended in.
What did you think of? So Diva Talks, our girls back from the Turbo movie,
So funny.
and
her and Rita are just
her
so
and Rita,
petty.
We'll go from the
Yeah,
beginning.
they're rivals.
Yeah, and then Rita's like, does she really beat the Power Rangers? You know.
I love when she's like, "It's so lovely to see you, Frida."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Rita. It's like, oh, right.
Like that is such a like classic evil petty lady thing to do. Like purposely get the name wrong.
I know. Yeah, it was so funny.
And then she was Rita. Was it Rita or Diva Talks? Who shoots each other? Because Rita shoots her, right?
Oh,
And then-
Rita
it was
tries
Rita
to shoot.
shoot
Rita
her.
tries to shoot Diva Talks, but she misses.
Yeah.
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 And then Astronema just catches it with her hand, and she's like,
And
sparkles.
then she's like, "Who is that?" Yeah, yeah. That is Astronomer. Yeah. Sorry.
And I love how the like henchman to his like the person he's supposed to be the henchman to, he goes, yeah, she's supposed to be the queen of darkness. Like you don't just say that to the person you're supposed to be the like loyal henchman to.
Yeah, I know. Like she could be the next queen. I like how they have like this weird like social prom queen hierarchy.
Yeah.
Where it's like
definitely.
it's like the queen of darkness is like the coolest thing you can be.
Yeah. But I love that Astronema doesn't try and get into the pettiness. She just like and just
She's
watches
too cool
them.
for
She's
that.
too cool for it.
She's
Yeah.
too cool for
She's
that.
the next queen of darkness. She's not gonna get herself in.
She
these
doesn't
little...
need to be, to make herself seem better than Diva Talks and Rita because she already is. She knows it.
She has the cooler villains or the henchmen.
The Quantrons are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rita's over here making villains out of putty.
You're literally called putties. What's intimidating about putties?
Yeah.
And Diva Talks doesn't have very smart henchmen.
She has like the fish guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diva Talks sucks too. She's got that weird like cone head looking guy.
Yeah, no, I'm all for Astronema. She's great.
Well, the Astronema is the first villain, if you think about it, that was really not like, well, that's not necessarily true, but everybody ends up getting played for laughs eventually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Astronema is always very like taken seriously and as serious as the Rangers are taken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely liked how she talked, like how her dialogue is. Her dialogue towards the Power Rangers. It's not like, throw in really bad jokes here and there. Like she's almost like she finds them like good counterparts to be fighting. She's like, oh, well, that was impressive, but now I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Like that's how she like speaks instead of being like, well, why didn't I think of that? Like she doesn't, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm
you're
just saying
right.
that
Yeah.
she doesn't like her dialogue, the way they script her isn't to make her look like some dumb villain. She is aware of how like impressive the Power Rangers are, but then she's like, but I can still shoot you. Like, I'm still going to.
Yeah, I think that like whoever, I don't remember her name, the actor that plays Astronema, but she has this kind of like very strange and enchanting way that she delivers her dialogue, where like it's almost like this is going to be kind of a weird comparison, but it's almost kind of like Nicolas Cage or something, in the sense that it's like very kind of like out there and floaty, but it really nails it, where it's like, oh, I'm strangely still like enchanted by it. Like because she says the line, and sometimes like the way that she'll carry her pitch, like I'm not really sure where she's going with her delivery, but then by the time she ends the line, I'm like, yeah, Astronema, you freaking nailed that. Like, I'm like, you are so evil, like go out there and be evil. But anyway,
and then in this, so they're all here at this party, they sit down, they're toasting that they defeat the Power Rangers, and then Dark Spectre shows up.
Who's different than...
Who's a different guy than the Turbo movie.
Yeah, whose name is...
So it's not the same guy.
Yeah. No, but she says it looks like him. I love that.
Oh, okay.
You remind me of my ex-husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Malagor is the Turbo movie guy, and this dude's Dark Spectre. Clearly, they were like, we spent a lot of money on this suit. We should do something with it.
They really should have just like put a filter over him and made him a different color or something. But whatever.
I wonder what the end story is for that,
I think the end story, if I had to just guess, is that he's the villain in the Sentai that In Space is from.
No, he's a made-up character.
Really? They just
he's a U.S. branded dude.
Well, that makes sense. So because I remember like they stopped doing that, but what? But not yet. But so they built the suit for the Turbo movie.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's weird. They just brought it back and didn't even.
They just decided they wanted to use it again,
and they didn't need an explanation why. They were just like, people won't care. Here you go. We'll call it out. We'll have Diva Talks call it out, and then that will be it.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is they did the kind of thing that when they suddenly have to change an actor for a character and they don't want to kill off the character, so they just bring in a new actor for it, and someone just goes, "Oh, did you change your hair?"
Yeah.
right, making it obvious that we are aware that it's not the same character. They just, I think
it's like
that's
the reverse of that almost.
Yeah, it's like the reverse of that, where she's like, "Oh, you look like my fiance." Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just thought the Turbo movie sucked, and they were like, no one's gonna care. So we're in space now. It's also a great design. Maybe they just didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, it's a cool monster. I just think it's funny that maybe it's his like official name. Maybe he is both.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It says it's never alluded to other than the fiance line, and it's the same suit. So
funny.
Yep.
Well, then there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
They just hoped no one would notice.
But what a Diva Talks thing to do. Did you notice when when he was assigning like who's gonna get the Power Ranger or whatever, she like takes off her robe and she's like about to use her sexiness because that's what Diva Talks is all about apparently.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But
that was so funny. She like throws the cloak onto Rita and she was like, "If you remember."
Yeah.
But nobody can top Astronema. Like, like even Diva Talks is going around being like, "Oh, I'm ready." Astronema, you seem competent. Like, anyway.
She's not even surprised. She's just like, "Yeah, okay." And then she just vanishes. She's like, "Bye."
Well, she works with the guy anyway, doesn't she? Right? Or am I wrong about that?
I think that, she seems like,
I forgot.
Queen Darkness, but
I thought about that afterwards. I was like, did you get picked because you're awesome or because it's like you're the plant in the audience,
Both.
Yeah. Both. Yeah.
But we skipped the part where Andros makes his thing. He has everyone's toasting to the defeat of the Rangers, and then they drink, and then he doesn't drink. And then as Diva Talks is like, like a family member. Like, who are you? Too good to drink for us with us? You know?
Because he's staring at Astronema. Like, you know, he's
Yeah.
like literally staring at her, and she's like, this jerk didn't drink.
Yeah.
He's an imposter.
Yeah.
All I thought was the Among Us theme all of a sudden when she said that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never played it.
Yeah.
You're missing
One
out.
thing too
I know.
is Dark Spectre says like he has Zordon and he's draining his
Oh,
powers.
yeah.
That was awesome looking. I love that whole setup of them pumping his energy out.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Did they save Zordon in this season?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This
He's-
is the
he's
season when he
saved.
dies, isn't it?
Yeah. They save his ass. Oh, totally.
He doesn't have an ass. He's just a head.
Yeah, they save it though. He's saved from his misery.
Yeah.
That's dark.
Yeah. I love though when he jumps on the table and he reveals he's a Red Ranger that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're so cool. And then he jumps on his freaking space
Hang
glider thing.
10. I guess I say that in space too.
Yeah.
You think Earth is the only place they say hang 10 when they surf? Get over yourself.
I was saying it before. It was cool.
What's
One
that
thing
even? Go
One
ahead.
thing I was confused about though is what is his ship called again? I can't
The
The
remember.
Astro
Deca?
Mega ship?
There, yeah, Astro Mega Ship Deca.
Yeah.
That and so then it cuts to our 4 Rangers looking for. They have a terrible plan. They're just in space on this crummy
4
spaceship.
teenagers just
Yeah.
traveling space.
Yeah.
They don't even have powers anymore.
Yeah,
But
but
they
then
have,
that,
they have an
idea.
alpha that can't talk.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's saying everything backwards.
Oh, really?
Oh, is that what it
That's
is?
cool.
Yeah.
But then the Astro Mega Ship pulls in their ship. But I was really confused by this because he's not even on the Astro Mega Ship when it pulls them in. So how did it know to pull them in?
Well, Deca is an AI, so you
Yeah.
would just assume that she did it, or well, we can't assume that she's a she. She has the voice of a she. So
Hmm.
Deca, I'm assuming, pulled them in.
And plus, doesn't Alpha say later on that the shuttle and the Astro Megaship were designed to be combined together?
Oh,
So
yeah,
it probably,
using the sparks.
and they become the Megazord. So it's
Yeah.
probably just it went
All a
up
part
there.
of Zordon's master plan.
Yeah, it's like there it is. It's like when the Millennium Falcon got sucked up by Han's ship in Force Awakens, because as soon as it left the planet, it got picked up on his beacon because he was looking for it.
Mm, Okay.
That's a good point.
I'll
Yeah.
buy it. And then then they start exploring this ship and they see I like the microwave that Ashley points out. That's like it makes anything you want.
That's like my dream. Like, why don't we already have that? It's 2021, guys.
I know they have that in Star Trek, and when
I've been
she
wanting
did,
that since Phil the Future.
it kind of reminded me of Spy Kids. a
Yep,
little bit,
that's what
you
reminded
know?
me too.
Yeah.
Except that makes McDonald's or whatever. Right?
But she got like a peanut butter and jelly or something when she did
Oh.
it in like a
Yeah.
coffee mug. But I was really expecting it to be like a cheeseburger and fries like Spy Kids.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
One day we.
I know.
we'll
It makes
get that
McDonald's look good.
invention.
I know, yeah. One day. I actually it's funny though, because like maybe in our lifetime we'll see it, but it will be like the disgusting version. It will never it won't be perfect for a long time. You know?
Back in my day, there was TV of it.
Yeah. This would be like a disgusting version, like right out of the gate. It's like it can make any bean goop you want. Just type it in.
It'll be bean goop that tastes like anything like Willy Wonka's gum.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
it could taste like a turkey dinner, but it's
It just won't look like one.
yeah. We can cut it into a goop shape or anyway.
But yeah, so they're just wandering around. And to be fair, when Andros shows up, he's like staring at them. Like, why are there a bunch of teenagers on my ship?
Yeah.
And like that's a valid, reaction.
Yeah, kind of looking sketchy too with their burnt clothes. Like, are you just coming from a fight Or have you been homeless for a few weeks?
Yeah.
I know. They're just on your. And how did they get on your ship that you thought was secure? I mean, think about it like someone broke into your house. You're like, I thought I locked the door. Like,
Decca, why didn't you put on the security? Kill them.
well, there's and like their ship got absorbed, so it doesn't really look like they docked with anything. So as far as he
Right.
knows, they just beamed there,
Yeah.
But the other thing too is it feels like the Power Rangers are too polite. Like they're polite by nature. That's their
Yeah.
whole thing,
Yeah.
But they're looking around the ship and it's obviously designed for Power Rangers,
Mm.
and it's like they look and it's like, oh, 5 like multicolored shoots. Like, here's another thing. 5 colors. Where have I seen those colors? It's like that meme that's been going around during the holidays where it's like you get a card and it has money in it, but you're gonna read the card first out of politeness.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's money. Thank you. But it's like the money is the first thing you notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like holding the money in your hand while reading it. And you're like, wow.
Wow, money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what it's like. That's what it's like with the Power Rangers. Like, a spaceship. Wait, it's for Power Rangers? Oh, come on, you guys knew it. And then the Red Ranger showed up, and his freaking sigil is 5 colors.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which I thought was really funny, especially because like they get rejected essentially. Andros starts running from them like right away, and it takes so long for them to eventually become the Space Rangers. And it's just like Andros. Come on, bro. Here they are, man.
Yeah.
Live in a place that has 5 perfectly like individual living quarters, and you have all these other morphers. Here are 5 people. They're already color coordinated. Their clothes are tattered. Their clothes are tattered, but they're color coordinated.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But no. He must work alone on this giant ship. He'd rather sail through space by himself rather than say, oh, these 4 people want to help me? Sure.
It's like, Andros, what tube do you go through? The red one. Oh, what are these other tubes for? Oh, those are my tubes too. Sometimes I like the pink one. Those are definitely not for you.
These
The
are mine.
blue,
All of mine.
on Tuesdays I do the blue tube. They're blue. It's my blues day. Anyway.
So then they get shot at, and then they kind of bond because they escape, and then he like helps them rebuild the reactor, which
they bond because they save his freaking life. That's what.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
With the fight?
Because in the ship.
Because they fix the engine.
Yeah.
Well,
And he's just like, oh, maybe they were telling the truth.
Yeah.
He can't really man the ship by himself. I mean, obviously you need a crew. It seems like it's designed for a crew. So I think he was realizing that, like, oh man, I really need people to work on this engine. If they didn't have Alpha though, I'm not sure if they could have just fixed that rocket ship engine,
That's true.
And they crash land. Maybe I was getting ahead of myself because they do
They
crash
were
land.
They were gonna crash.
They do crash,
and then they fix the engine right before, like he gets control of the ship before he crashes.
To land, blowing everyone up.
But he's like about to hit the ground, and then he pulls up, and he's like, "Oh, maybe they were." He's like, "They were telling the truth."
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna send them back to Earth.
But this is when the Quantrons are outside, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go fight them," and then and then the other TJ's like, "Well, we're coming with you," and he doesn't seem to care. But
my immediate thought was, you don't have any suits, you have no powers, and you're walking onto an alien planet that you don't know if they have atmosphere where you can breathe.
Yeah.
They can always breathe. They can breathe when they're freaking surfing in space. Like there's no fine. Like they can always breathe. They never breathe.
They're not tied down to the laws of physics.
No, well, because in Lost Galaxy, like there's an entire scene where they just fight on the moon, and they're like, and they don't even talk about it. And it's like armies fighting on the moon.
Honey, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So they make it on.
Yeah. Well, then they run off the ship in like you're going to battle, and then it does to be continued.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
I can't believe they left me hanging like that as a kid.
Right.
Man, whole week. But
But
luckily,
luckily, we didn't have to wait.
2
Heck
seconds.
yeah, we're in the
I-
future.
Yeah, they said, "Do you want to wait 15 seconds? Because we'll play the next episode in 15 seconds." I went, "No, play it now."
I kind of wanted to watch the rest of the bloopers, but I just let it roll.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
bloopers. Oh,
There are a
I
couple
also
bloopers.
clicked fast. I also went boop.
There is one blooper where it sounded like they censored Carlos saying the F word. And I was like, what? Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to go back and watch those now.
Yeah.
They ended up defeating the Quantrons, and then he
Mhm.
demorphs, and that's when they get the whole humans on Earth thing.
Oh,
Mhm.
because Ashley goes, "You're a human."
Yeah,
After walking around him very weirdly and then poking him. Like,
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
nice. Don't do
After
that.
beginning-
Ashley's
Go
a
ahead.
weird one. She doesn't she like when they meet Zane, the Silver Ranger later on, isn't she like all like, ooh, he's cute kind of
Yeah,
thing?
she is. Yeah.
She's
But
just
she's
like
not, I don't know. Yeah.
She's
likes
got that
alien
sexual
guys.
tension with any young boy that walks up.
That's not on her team already.
Yeah.
yeah.
Once they're on the team, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
New
I-
team members though. Yeah.
Yeah, new team member. I do like the play that Cassie, the Pink Ranger, like makes fun of her for that. Like,
Yeah,
it
that
seems
was
very
great.
real.
I like Cassie. She's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good moment. I like that she got called out for that.
yeah,
But yeah, that was an interesting. That was a very. We kind of already talked about it. I was like, what
Yeah.
does it say? We already talked about it, like
Yeah.
him being from that planet and stuff like that. So
yeah. And then,
Yeah.
long story short, he's like, "Thanks for the help. I'm gonna drop you off. Like, I don't need you."
yeah, I
He
know.
fixes their ship so that way they could go back to Earth without getting lost in space.
Gives them some
Um,
fuel. Yeah.
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 And Ashley, is Ashley the Yellow Ranger?
Yellow. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She like tries to come down and like chat with him and like crop top, and she's like, "Hey."
Yeah.
This works.
Ashley,
This works
calm
back in
down.
high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how TJ is like, "We're out here to save Zordon," and then Andros responds with, "Oh, I'm gonna go save Zordon."
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
that's
need
what
your
I'm
help.
doing.
Yeah.
They
Well,
have
'cause-
him captured on this place. Like,
Yeah.
oh. It's like, actually, if he's not there, we're gonna go here. Oh yeah, I was just there. I already did that. It's like, oh, okay.
He wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are too slow in the uptake for me.
Yeah.
So take us with you. Like, no,
Yeah.
we're good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are my shoots. You can't have them.
Yeah. Get off my color coordinated ship. I don't need 5 friends.
I already
Orphans.
put in the coordinates to your ship. It's gonna take you back to Earth, and they're all like, "Oh."
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so go-
We're
there goes
too
our
polite to
transition
fight it.
superpowers. Yeah.
Yeah.
They exactly like, well, they're so polite. Like, we've overstayed our welcome, gang. Come on. Like,
We'll
wipe-
just have
wipe
to go
your
protect
feet.
Earth.
Yeah.
There
With no
was a moment.
superpowers.
There was a moment where it was nice, where TJ says, "I think we're out of our league here in space. Like, we know nothing." You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he says like, oh really? You're Earth Rangers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, oh.
Mhm.
Like, there's a
Oh, well,
hierarchy. Like,
Yeah.
you're just
like,
Earth
what
Rangers.
kind of ranger you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Sea Rangers. They can swim.
Yeah.
But what I found funny, and it probably was just me that noticed it, because I
Mhm.
noticed these like weird idiosyncrasies, but
Sure.
he's fueling the ship on his ship, right? When Ashley comes down to talk to him, he's
Mhm.
on his ship fueling their ship. But then when he drops them off, the ship is like 100 meters the other direction, and they have to walk there, in which that leads in ambush. Like, how'd the ship get 100 meters away?
It shot it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, you could just board while you're on the ship, but I'm not going to let you. I'm just going to shoot your ship out, and then you can go and board it on some foreign alien planet. Like, that just got me. I'm like,
That's a good
why
point.
couldn't they have just boarded it on your ship? And then this whole, ambush wouldn't have happened.
If we're
Mhm.
calling out continuity, I definitely also forgot. I have a note here about it where TJ does that cool flip he does that tuck and roll under the door before it closes.
Mm.
It's like It's like it's sort of awesome, but then it like is totally not awesome as soon as you see that Ashley runs through another open door right next to it. Like she cuts off Andros, and it's like, well, yeah, like, but then there was really no reason to like. What if TJ? What if you hadn't made it? What if you've been crushed by the door? You would have really looked like an idiot because there was an open door right there. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, 100%. That's funny. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was the same room. And it's like, and then she uses that freaking other door to cut off Andros. It's like, what was Andros thinking? Exit through that door. Anyway.
What do you think of Alpha's new voice?
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It reminds me of Naruto.
I don't know.
Like a high-pitched Naruto.
Yeah.
I realized the other day that Naruto is just anime Hey Arnold.
Is it? I've never watched Naruto, but I love Hey Arnold.
Because like it's when you
never made that connection, but it totally is.
when I was watching Naruto the other day because it came up on Pluto, it was like Naruto and all the kids, and I was like, this show. I was like, what's another show that just cares so much about you learning an entire school worth of kids? And I was like, Hey Arnold. It's like, and there's one of all of them, and like you all learn about them.
And the main character has really weird hair and head.
And he's an orphan, you know.
Funny.
Yeah.
That is such a random connection that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder if
Doug's
like
over here like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he does sound like that. That was I was like, oh, he sounds like Naruto.
Yeah. I thought it was a good in-universe reason to have his voice change, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I forgot why it changes before.
Did the actor change or something? Or no, they just decided to change.
Yeah, they got a new voice actor.
Okay.
He goes through this weird like yo 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 in Turbo. Right?
He does.
Yeah, don't like that.
Yeah.
What's the thing he does right before he's the sentence? It was like he like laughs or something, or he goes like, hey, before he tells them that one, the before he tells them the information.
Ay. That's his catchphrase. Yeah. But my favorite Alpha is from the Turbo movie because he's voiced by the guy who voices Billy and Mandy.
Really?
And I think he does a really good Alpha. I think that's like my favorite Alpha.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think you told me that when we watched Turbo movie that it was Billy from Billy and Mandy.
I think it's like he really sells it. Now like whenever I hear it, I hear that. He's also in Vader Zim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Love when voice actors jump around.
They get jumped by the Quantrons, and Andros has a change of heart.
Yeah. It's because Alpha stayed there.
Yeah.
Alpha.
They're looking for Alpha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alpha's like, no, this is meant to be. They're supposed to be your team.
Yeah.
And it's like, I agree. And he's just like, well, okay. Two robots tell me I have to do it. I might as well.
Well, they make a good point too, because they're like Astronema and Rita and all that. They got all these people. Like you need to have someone too, man.
Yeah. It's like what happens if something happens in the engine room again and you're in the bathroom? Like, you know? It's like, Andros, you can't sleep in 5 different beds. You know, like you gotta let people move in here, man.
You're talking to yourself again. We gotta get you some friends.
Yeah. Everything here is color coordinated.
Yeah.
Yep. And so Astronema comes back and they capture the fort, and because they have no powers, and like a black hole or something erupts.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Like, was it a black hole with like a beam coming out of it? And it was
when they like fire at them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just Astronema ship firing at them.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the black hole confused me. I was
Her ship was weird.
Yeah, that's true. She is Astronema, so she's all spacey. Maybe she has black hole powers.
It was a pretty ugly spaceship. I was not into the design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I do like when he runs up and he's like, take these. It's a classic Power Ranger moment.
And they didn't like like waste any time, even though it's part 2 of a 2-parter.
Yeah.
I did like that there wasn't like, these are your morphers, use them well. It was like,
Mhm.
take them and go, like let's rock it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Let's
what's the
rock
code
this.
again? 503.
What numbers did he say?
Yeah,
Can you repeat them?
I can't remember. Just punch in whatever you want.
Yeah. It's like making your iPhone like password, you know? It's
Yeah.
like
What password
like
would you like?
Yeah, and
Or, like,
Carlos
what-
is like, I just put 5 zeros there.
yeah. Yeah. Don't put 111. Like it's
Yeah.
easy. Like you'll get hacked.
Yeah.
You'll get hacked.
Yeah,
Astronomer's like,
make
finally.
it unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Password cannot be the same as old password.
One special character, at least one uppercase character.
Yeah.
Last Ranger's numbers were the same. You need
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, like what do you mean I already have a password? I've never used this.
Since they're like keys, do you think it's like old text, like where you had to hit like three times to be like, DE kind of thing?
For sure.
Yeah.
What year was this? Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
totally.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with Andros's hair, you can kind of gauge it was C,
But
Yeah.
also they only had numbers on the keypad, so they would have
Yeah.
to be that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's like 3, 6, 0, 4 dogs. That's what mine spells. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is hello backwards.
Yeah. So the girls get to be the same color, and then TJ gets to be blue, and then Andros gets to be black.
No. Carlos is black.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Andros.
Andros
I
is
don't know.
red.
I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah.
Carlos becomes black, and then TJ becomes blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
liked their morphine sequence. That was cool.
Yeah, and their
Oh,
costumes
yeah.
are cool.
The costumes are cool.
How they like close their eyes and then they open them and they're like boom.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that you're right though, that maybe on a whole, sometimes, like especially in these 2 episodes, you don't get really a sense of a lot of their personalities, so they can seem kind of boring.
Mhm.
But they're definitely a good team. Like, and they're
Yeah.
if we watch more, they would shine.
I liked them. I didn't have any problems with any of them.
Mhm.
My only issue was that Ashley definitely has, too many
Too many what?
like crushes, like
Oh, yeah.
like you guys said later on when the Silver Ranger comes on. She's
That's
like,
just for one episode though. She pretty much, they push her with Andros almost
Yeah.
the whole season.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
She's
like
just always like starstruck. Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
I don't even remember their introduction. Like I've never seen them take over for everyone in Turbo,
No.
Mm.
Well, we got a little bit of that last week with Tommy's recap.
Right.
We got a little
Tommy
bit of
gave
it.
us everything.
You're
Yeah.
brave and red, so you red.
The thing I like about this team is it kind of reflects like the Mighty Morphin team where Jason and Tommy were on the team, where there's 2 kind of leaders there. And this has that
Sure.
too, with Andros being the default Red Ranger and knows his way around space. But TJ still has the team leader aspect where
Right.
Andros hasn't led a team before.
No, and the other
Mhm.
Rangers respect TJ. I mean, he's
Mhm.
obviously the strategist,
Mhm.
like he's got
Yeah, that's a good point.
he's got more practical experience as a Power Ranger, and like you said, is like a team leader.
Yeah.
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 They're like co-lead.
Yeah. In some episodes, it feels like TJ's the leader sometimes still.
Really, yeah, exactly. Because Andros is so pink to stuff, especially when they're on Earth.
Mhm.
He's like a total
So-
fish in the water.
That's my question. He seems like so uncomfortable about going to Earth. Why is he so uncomfortable with going to Earth?
Did he
I
seem that
don't-
way?
I don't know if they ever like say it out loud, but what the episodes on Earth, he doesn't know anything about Earth. So it
Oh.
could just be that he's uncomfortable because it's like new territory for him, and he feels more he feels more comfortable traversing space.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because when they said, okay, well, we can go to Earth, he was just like as if there was like going to be some big secret about Earth and him.
I think he just doesn't like it wasn't his idea.
I think he's probably eager to move on, and he's already like regretting getting new Rangers.
Yeah.
He's like, I have to
Remember-
share my 5 different colored cereal bowls now.
Yeah. Remember that episode we watched back where they go to Earth and Andros ends up helping a car thief because
Yeah,
he
I was
doesn't.
thinking about it the whole time. He tries to eat a banana sideways with the peel on, like he looks like a total idiot. Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, then he helps a bunch of car thieves by accident.
funny.
uh, and then there's like a sub ship that attacks their ship, but then they turn into the Astromega ship. And I do like that as it's morphing, the other ship is still shooting at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Astronema's like, keep firing. We're not giving them the pleasantries, you know?
Yeah. They don't get time to change.
Yeah, what do you think this is?
Yeah, there's so many memes about that. Like, oh, what does the villain do while they're morphing? And I always figured like it happens, like you said, in the morphing grid, like it takes 2 seconds to do it.
Mhm.
But I just liked this where it's like, they're just gonna keep firing at this dude or at this
Yeah,
ship.
and that was my favorite part of Astronema because she goes, "Oh, that was impressive. Keep shooting."
Yeah, keep fire. It's funny because the Megazords, you can't really fib the way that the way that you can the morphing grid Power Ranger morphs, because sometimes you're watching the Megazord happen in real time, and it's like you really have to let that stuff transform. Like there's intricacies, there's parts where you like they go and then you see it like clamp and lock and then like twist, and it's like that's happening, and like people are just like letting it happen, you know?
Yeah.
But Astronema is too cool for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
She ain't
the
got
ship,
no time for that.
the ship
It's
has
like
no
she has no
chance.
respect for the game, you know?
Yeah. Like Rita and Diva Talks, they've just been letting you do like morph and transform this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, you're not
Like,
actually
why is
supposed to
she still
defeat them.
shooting at us? We have to change. What's
Yeah.
happening?
It's like, doesn't she know that if she defeats the Power Rangers, there's no paycheck next week?
Yeah. What's gonna keep her busy?
Yeah, this is all we have.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah. So then they do that, and then
With
they
the giant sword.
the giant sword just
the sword's cool.
destroys the other ship.
Mhm.
Yeah. Great
And
episode.
yeah, I really liked it. It was a good start to a season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree. This is one of my favorite seasons. Yeah.
Where will they
Yeah, I
go
enjoyed it.
next?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Next week, I think we're gonna jump into Operation Overdrive.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we're watching Once a Ranger.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh man, is it my birthday already?
Yeah. It's another like landmark episode, maybe like
Okay.
some sort of anniversary episode. So
It is
cool.
an anniversary. I don't remember which one.
yeah. We'll know next week.
Yep.
Sweet. Until next week. Follow us on YouTube. Our YouTube's kind of we're doing more stuff on there. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then we'll see you all next week. It's not less phenomenal. It's more phenomenal.
More phenomenal.
Sweet.